Good afternoon, fire friends. It is Saturday, April 2nd, 2022. I thought I'd bring you up to speed real quick on a couple of the projects that I discussed in one of my other videos. So I've been working on a few things. I've been working on my magazine side holder. I've got this piece milled out of a piece of stainless steel. I'm not really going to talk about it too much because we're still in the trial kind of phase and or stages rather, and a lot of the times these projects get scrapped, but basically I haven't really decided yet. I was playing around with a couple of mounts, but this is kind of the prototype that I've been working on, and it's friction fit for a 5-round mag rather than those Velcro guys. I haven't really decided yet, but anyway, this video is more about this fella right here, which is the adjustable thumb ramp that I talked about. This was a pretty necessary piece for me, and so I wanted to kind of discuss that a little bit. So I made this out of a three-sided, I made this out of a piece of aluminum with 3 sides. One was a hand cut filed serrations. One is flat with the same size as the serrated side, and then one is a larger flat with beveled pieces. And so it gives you kind of a different 3 sides. I ended up using 1 threaded insert. I was playing around with using 2, and I ended up using 1. And it actually has an O-ring underneath to kind of take up the imperfections, the surface irregularities rather of the stock, because there's not a lot of flat areas on the stock. And so it allows my thumb to have a really nice rested position and very comfortable. It just naturally just flows, whereas before I felt it was kind of floating. I have a nice area to rest it against, and like the angle is perfect. So when I was playing with this, I was picking the rifle up the ground and putting it to my shoulder and riding in. There's a couple of sharp areas here which I'm probably going to adjust because they hit my finger, my trigger finger there. Just little things like that. But I decided to hand turn the side exposed to the exterior, engine turn it rather, just for fun, and I left the other sides raw. And I'm going to try it out tomorrow at the range during my practice session, but initial feeling is quite good. So, it's the type of thing where if you're into target rifles, like bench rifles, customization like this is not unusual. In this sort of crowd, PRS or NRL or whatever else you're doing, this might seem quite strange because this is kind of chassis style, and to add one to a stock like this might seem a little strange to people, but for me, it's a piece of equipment. I'm trying to be as comfortable as I can because this rifle, like I'd mentioned in one of my other videos, is supposed to be a Swiss Army knife of rifles. It's supposed to do several things. I shoot that monthly bench rest competition with no rear rest, and I also am getting into this ORPS stuff. So, and then just regular range stuff where it can be shooting off hand or shooting from the bench. So it's got to do a lot of things, especially shooting from the bench. I shoot quite a bit from the bench, just for fun and practice. So this stock left me really wanting compared to the 457s with a nice scallop. So adding one is something that for comfort on the range and mainly just like as a bench rest shooter, you want your thumb to be floating, and you don't want any sort of thumb pressure unnecessarily. And so you want a location for your thumb, but you definitely don't want to squeeze or press with your thumb. It affects your groups. And so for me, it's having a nice dedicated area where I can put my thumb and leave it matters. So that's why I added this one. Now, whether or not, I'm not sure whether or not this, engine turn configuration will actually stay the course, or whether I'll Cerakote it or paint it. I'm not sure. Anodize it. I'm not sure. But for now, I'm going to run with it. And, it's one of those things where it's an individual thing, and I thought it might inspire some of you guys to make similar mods. Modifying your rifle with my background is a normal thing to do. So I'm pretty pleased with the way it turned out. I really like the fit of my thumb on it. And it gives me a legitimate purchase area. a nice rest area for my thumb. So anyway, I thought I'd share that with you guys. This is the progress so far, and like basically, you know, it's got one screw tightened down into a threaded insert, and then it, you know, if I wanted to remove it, it pops out, and the threaded insert is all that's there, just one. So it's certainly low impact, and comfort wise is high, and impact on the stock is low. So from my point of view, this is going to add a lot to maybe not necessarily accuracy on the range, but repeatability is what I'm aiming for. Repeatability. So I think I'm going to get this thumb rest. Anyway, I thought I'd share that quickly with you guys, and if you have any questions or comments, leave them below, and I'll do my best to answer. But if not, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll catch you the next one.